you ever do need us, we're around.
Well, that's good you explain that, because even for myself, I always thought that PSA was for if your baby was born with some kind of defect.
Mm-hmm.
And by you explaining that, it made me think like, oh, okay. So it could be for any kind of accident that may happen to where the child may need that nurse to watch over them. And
Right.
Am I right?
Right. And we do, what we do is, it's a continuous shift that the nurse would be there. So we are a long-term, home health. But, unfortunately circumstances happen, and whether it be an accident or maybe something that just happened down the road that's not of any control of anyone and left their child in a state that they needed to be cared for, then absolutely we would come in at that point.
So did you also provide therapy services for the families? Even because I know sometimes, they do experience loss. Mm-hmm. So what do you do for families?
Well, PSA as a company, we typically, our goal is to provide a child with a long quality of life. As we all know, unfortunately, things do happen. And in that instance, we do, again, have people that we are in touch with in the community that we can get them in touch with, a counselor if something of that nature were to happen. Not physically, we do not have that, but, we do work with other companies that would be able to provide them that care.
I have 2 daughters that are nurses with you guys, and they're amazing. They're amazing because they really speak highly of PSA, because of the care, not only that they provide for the families, but also the care that y'all provide to make sure that you connect the right nurse with the right family.
Absolutely. Well, first I'd like to say, since you brought that up, your girls, that speaks high volumes of you. So thank you for giving us 2 wonderful girls. But I agree, they're amazing nurses, and I think they're a testament to see. I mean, I hope they feel the same way, but I think we found a great fit for them, and your girls are awesome. They go above and beyond quite often for me, so I would like to thank them. I thank them all the time, but they're pretty awesome. So yeah, that's typically how we like to get our nurses. We believe if someone's happy with us, they'll be happy doing what they're doing, and that's what we like to extend, so that way our families are on the good end of a good nurse that's happy.
So how can someone listening contact you? Find out more information?
They can always call me directly at the office. It's 321-254-4254. Or they can go ahead and go to our website at psahealthcare.com, and it will direct you to our Melbourne office. And we're there Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 5.
Is there anything that you would like to share that I have not addressed?
I'd just like to tell the community, I mean, there's many nurses in our area that I know work with hospitals or work with facilities. We are a per diem service, so we're always looking for a good nurse to help our families. Unfortunately, when we have a shortage, that means a family is left without a nurse for that day or those hours. And we hate to tell a family that, because that means mom or dad might not be getting sleep, or a family function might be missed because they can't leave the child alone. And, we are per diem. If somebody's working at a hospital, we'll be happy to have you 4 shifts a month or 1 shift a month. Whatever you can give us, we are very thankful for. So if you just want to come meet with me and discuss what we have to offer you, I'd be more than happy to do so.
So what is your morning like at PSA when you going in?
It's pretty crazy. We have, since I don't work overnight, we have our on-call reports. So we come in to all the messages from nurses, families, everything. And then we're in a scramble to try to make our big puzzle. That's what it is, a big puzzle all the time work. So it's pretty hectic. We have our normal plans that turn into put off the next day because, when something urgent happens, that's right there. You have to handle it.
So what is the most rewarding thing that you have experienced since you joined PSA?
I think it's just watching the kids daily. I mean, I'm thankful that, I am not a nurse because I don't, that's not me to go be hands-on, but I do have a lot of, respect for them and care. So I get to be on the good side and seeing the admin side of it. And I am just so thankful to watch these little people grow, and things that they're not supposed to be able to do, well, they're doing them now because, with a good person and persistence, they can do anything. And so it's just been really rewarding to just look at, one child that I have in mind, went from pretty much being immobile to now I walked in on him today sitting up on his own.
Wow.
And it's a pretty awesome feeling to see these kids grow and, know that they're going to be doing a lot better than when they came to us.
So are you a profit or nonprofit organization?
We are a profit organization, yes.
Could you explain what that is for someone who may not understand?
Well, we work with insurance companies, and like I said, we do work with mostly Medicaid. We work with some self-pay insurances. We do accept all, but we get Medicaid has a rate that they reimburse, and we are able to work through that rate.
So, with everything being said, what is the most important aspect, core value of PSA?
I think the core value would just be to make sure that no family is left without. That is a big thing for us, whether our DON needs to go out there on her own and cover a shift, whether we need to take someone from our PPEC to go staff a shift. Like, that's just our goal. We just want families to feel comfortable and know that they are our priority, and we will do whatever we need to do to make sure they're covered and have the ability to work and live their daily lives like they need to.
Will you be willing to share some of the success stories with us? I know you shared one, but I'm sure you have more.
Yeah, I mean, there is just, I think next door in our daycare for the medically fragile children, that's where you see the most, because I am right there. Unfortunately, I don't get to go out in the field as much as I would like, but, I hear the stories, and next door, I see that we have babies come in that are preemies, and they come in to us at 6, 7, 8 months old, and they're still only 6 pounds. And so to see them just be these little tiny people that, it's just crazy. You can see them. Their bodies are so little, but they're acting as a 7-month-old and an 8-month-old. And it's just good. We have the therapists come in and they work with our patients. And so it really is almost like a daily thing. You can kind of see a change. It's like they want to retain. I think a lot of times if patients that are medically fragile aren't given the proper care, it's easy for them to just do nothing, or it's easy for them not to excel. But with the proper treatment and the proper nursing, they go really far. We had a little girl come in, and from what we knew, the family said, oh, she's just angry and we can't really get her to do anything. And she loves on us and is so sweet, and she just wants to be understood. She can't communicate. So that's the biggest thing, is just letting her know that, like, we get you, we understand. And then she's happy as can be.
What are some of the things y'all do to get kids that can't communicate, to relate to you?
Well, whether it be like the little girl I was just telling you, I mean, we give her an iPad to play a game, and it may not really be educational, but just that interaction, that when we go to her and she grabs our finger and tries to get you to push the screen, that's a big accomplishment, for her to want to interact and to teach you and to show you. And, and then we do have therapists come in that actually do things that are educational, and simple things like motor skills, like rolling the ball or even blowing bubbles and having to catch the bubbles type of thing. So what we may think of easily to them is actually learning, and it's all about just finding a fun way to make sure they want to, grow and learn more.
So how does someone can enroll their child into the daycare? How do they do that?
Well, they can call us again at the 321-254-4254. And we are separate. I do work on the home health side, but the PPEC is what it's called. It's the daycare. Our director, Terry Robati, she works in my office, so she'd be happy to help anyone. And we can kind of decide at that point. A lot of times when we do get a referral, we have to decide on our own, okay, is this person more fit for the PPEC, or are they more fit for the home health side? So that's where we kind of work together and see what will best meet their needs.
And so what are the hours for your PPEC?
The PPEC is Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. And there is an awesome benefit of transportation if you qualify for that. So if you need to get to work and we're not necessarily on your time schedule, we can provide transportation, so that way you're not having to come out of the way. And then they are closed on holidays. So sometimes what we do is some of our patients that go there are on home health as well. So if it's a holiday that they're closed, we can go ahead and cover them in their home.
So you mentioned referral. So would the parent call the doctor and say, hey, I want my child to go over here? And is that how that
the
works?
Referrals were like out of the hospital, like we discussed. So if, they were born, as a preemie, or if they had an accident or whatever, the hospital or the doctor's office would typically refer them. And most people know that I believe there's only about 5 PPECs in the state. So we're one of them. And they would just go ahead and get in touch with us. Sometimes word of mouth as well. People hear about us.
If you had to, would you use PSA services?
Absolutely.
Why?
I would. Just because I see the quality of nurses that come in. I mean, people that do what we do with pediatrics and at home health, they're in it because they care. They come to us because they like the one-on-one level of treatment. And it takes a special person to want to come and just sit there. I mean, is some downtime. There is sometimes you're going to be busy. So, you have to understand that it's a lot different than being in a facility. But I think we all firmly believe it's a lot better. So I definitely would, just like I said, nobody would do this if it's not for the right reasons. And that's what I see on a daily basis, is that everyone has a pretty big heart, and they just love to see our little ones, excel.
Well, thank you so much, Alyson, for coming on to Live with Necee.
I appreciate it.
You're welcome. And thank you, listeners, for tuning in. And just know that you are not alone. And we have resources in our local area to help you to build a better life with you and your loved ones. So God bless you.
Let's leave it blank and then start over again with the piece that says we have local resources, and then ask her again what her website is, contact information, and how to get started.
Okay.
All right? And then we'll end it up there, and then you can say, God bless you. Thanks for tuning in, blah, 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 blah.
Okay, tell me when. Or I just go.
Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Well, listeners, we're glad that you have, we have local resources in our community. So before we leave, Alyson, can you please share with us
Let's start over.
Okay.
We'll go blank for a few seconds and just say, well, listeners, we do have resources in our area.
Gotcha.
Okay. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Well, listeners, we do have resources in our area. And Alyson, can you please share us again? How can our listeners contact you?
Yes, our website is psahealthcare.com. But I think the easiest way you can get in touch with me is just go ahead and call me directly at 321-254-4254.
Thank you, listeners, for tuning in to Live with Necee. I am your host, Opal Bailey. God bless you.
What?
Do you want to do it one more time?
Yes.
All right.
It is not me, okay?
Okay, so let's start again with we have resource listeners. We do have resources in the area, and one of our is PSA. And Nelson, can you tell us how the website, blah 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 blah. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1.
Well, listeners, we do have resources in our area, and PSA is definitely one of them. So, Alyson, can you please share how they can contact you?
Yes, our website is psahealthcare.com. And if you'd like to go ahead and just get in touch with me in a quick, easy way, it's 321-254-4254.
Thank you, listeners, for tuning in to Live with Necee. I am your host, Opal Bailey. God bless you.